Good morning. This is Peter Combs from Bidamount.com, and today is Friday, April 28th, 2017. As you know, part of what we do every week, in addition to doing things regarding eBay and the weekly newsletter, we also check around the world on a very regular basis to keep track of Asian art auctions that are coming up. And in this video, we're going to talk a bit about the Asia Week offerings at Sotheby's. Sotheby's has two sales scheduled. One is titled Important Chinese Art, and the other is the Menagerie Sale. The Important Chinese Art catalog has within it a lot of great items, the cover lot in particular. And the Menagerie Sale is a single-owner collection of fine Chinese jades, bronzes in animal forms. Really interesting auction. I'm really glad to see this. It'll be fun to watch, see how it does. The first sale we're going to take a look at is Important Chinese Art from May 10th. And as you can see on the cover, there's an extremely rare, large Yuan to Ming lacquer charger. And a bunch of other great things. We're going to start a little before this comes up and take a look at some things and go on from there. One of the first lots that caught our eye was lot 116. It's a Jiajing Marken period ewer for the Islamic market. It has bronze mounts inlaid with gold. Beautiful example. I love the on each side it has these peach cartouches with peonies and vines crawling all over them. It's a good example. It is, of course, Marken period. What's nice about it is an estimate of only $7,000 to $10,000, so it should do well. Following that wonderful ewer is this. This is a massive 31-inch Jiajing Marken period charger. 31 inches in diameter makes this among the largest that were ever produced. It carries an estimate of 60,000 to 80,000 pounds. Here's an overview of this charger. They call it a dish. I don't know why, but it's a charger in my book. It's beautifully done. I like the pairing of the dragons and all of the cloud motifs that are thrown in with the classical cavetto rim with vines and flowers. The only drawback is that it has two large cracks. I'm curious to see how much that'll impact the price. Among the most important or most highly valued items in the auction is lot 124. It's an extremely rare copper red Jundi Marken period dish. It's about 7 inches in diameter, has a 300,000 to 400,000 pound estimate. What's most striking about this dish is the superior, absolutely superb quality of the glaze. Copper red use was at its absolute peak during this period in the Ming Dynasty. And it's where many of you have over the years read stories about things looking like crushed strawberries, these red with these copper red glazes. This is about as perfect as an example as you'll ever see. And here's a look at the back of the plate. As you can see, there has a white ground with a rain mark within a double circle and some nice old collector's stickers, one from the Oriental Ceramic Society and another from Brody and Enid, well-known London dealer. There's a good shot of the foot rim on here, and again, you can see the absolutely amazing overall quality of the glaze. And here we have the cover lot, lot 138, and very large, late Yuan, early Ming Dynasty carved lacquer charger, 17 inches in diameter. Unsurprisingly, it's carrying an estimate of 400,000 to 600,000 pounds. Lacquer chargers of this age often show considerable amounts of wear and damage because of their natural susceptibility to it. But carving on this is just wonderful. I love the way your eye goes straight to that peony in the center, and then the profusion of leaves flowing out around it. It's just wonderful. And here we have a good view of the back, a nice close-up showing the typical black lacquer ground and the way the foot is applied, and then again more of that fine carving all the way around the back. It's also an old collector's label, or the residue of one. I can't read it. I wish I could, but that's it. Next up is lot 214, a blue and white Ming-style lotus dice bowl. It is Yongchen Marken period. Beautiful example. This wonderful bowl measures almost 12 inches in diameter and is estimated at 30,000 to 50,000 pounds. It's very much done in the Ming style, as you can see, with this beautifully done blossoms and scrolling vines all about it, and then framed neatly with these upper and lower borders. I love the wave border. And I also like the way they applied a rain mark, very typical of the Ming Dynasty. A few lots after the Yongchen bowl is this. It's a very lovely fine pair of Dacai duck and lotus bowls. They're Daoguan, mark and period. They're 6 inches wide. They carry an estimate of 50 to 70,000 pounds, but finding a pair of these with these spectacularly attractive dragon borders, which is quite unusual on Dacai bowls. And then you have this aquatic scene with ducks and birds, lotuses, and they were very kind to share a couple of the marks on the bottoms. It's a good pair. Should do well. And 12 lots further down is lot 235, a fine Famille Rose butterfly cup, Daoguan, mark and period, 2 inches wide. It's a very small cup. Has a strong estimate, though, of 20 to 30,000 pounds. What I found so interesting about this cup, that were it not for the mark on it, a lot of people would attribute it to the Yongchen period, based on its very thin potting, beautifully, sensitively, delicately done enameling, with the 2 butterflies, the insects, good color shading. It's a really, really attractive piece, but it is Daoguan, which makes it most interesting. Should do very well. Moving along through the catalog, we get to lot 269. These are really beautiful. It's a pair of probably mid-Qianlong period Canton enamel phoenix dishes. They're big. These are chargers. They're actually 14.5 inches wide each. They have an 8 to 10,000 pound estimate. These chargers are strikingly well decorated. Considering their size, when you look at them, you notice the sort of a lavish use of negative space framing the landscape scene with the beautifully done flowers and the phoenixes, all within a nice lotus border. These are very attractive, I think, and should do quite well. They're probably early to mid-Qianlong examples, and just terrific quality all the way around. Moving on now, we get to the menagerie sale, also scheduled for May 10th. It's from a private English collection, and a very interesting auction. It seems to have something for every price point along the way, from things in the low thousands up to the tens of thousands. It's a good catalog, nice examples. The first item we wanted to share with you is lot 13. It's a white and russet jade phoenix and peach grouping. It's probably Qianlong, a mid-18th century. It's about 3 inches in diameter. Beautifully done, nice coloring, estimated at 10 to 15,000 pounds. Here's a close-up of the piece. You notice the beautifully done heads of the birds, and how well polished it is all the way around. It's very well done, and has nice coloring. The coloring of this stone is quite excellent. A few lots later is this. It's a very attractive pale celadon jade double carp carving. It's estimated at 10 to 15,000 pounds. It's a little under 7 inches in diameter. I really like the way the carp are shown sort of opposing, one going up and one going down, and it's very deeply carved. And I love the big wave border. It's particularly noticeable on the upper right, and all of it centered with the Shao character in the center. Very nicely done and good color, with only a slight bit of russet inclusions in it. We come to lot 31. Beautifully done, also probably Qianlong Kirin, or as they're sometimes referred to as Qilins. It's a hoofed chimerical sort of creature. It's a little over 3 inches in diameter. What I found interesting about this carving was that in most cases these creatures are illustrated with their heads facing forward, standing up, and this one is sitting with his head looking back. The Qilin or Kirin are often thought to be symbols of either the departure or arrival of an illustrious leader, or maybe a sage. They also are considered to be symbols of peace and serenity. Following along after that Qilin is this one. It's an ivory example, beautifully done, at about 2 inches, a little almost 3 inches tall, estimated at 20 to 30,000 pounds. And here's the seal. Nice color on this. This is a beautiful color. Over the years, the ivory has turned a very warm amber color, very nice tone. And in this case, the creature is in its more classical positioning, standing up with its haunches down and the sort of the raised fur on its body and the scaly sides with hoofed feet. Nice, rare example. The last example from the menagerie sale is lot 36, the last that we're going to show you. There's a lot more to see if you go to the catalog. It's estimated at 20 to 30,000 pounds. This is a particularly nice light gray jade example of a Kieran. What's most interesting is that he's got his head turned, clutching onto a cloud that's wrapping around books. As you know, books are one of the 8 auspicious symbols for knowledge and sharing intelligence. Beautifully done example. His hoof feet are curved under. Nice detail in the carving, and a very attractive example. And that's it. If you want to see more, go to Sotheby's, take a look at their catalogs online, or go to Bidamount.com under Dealers and Auctioneers, and you can browse the entire catalogs for both these sales. As you know, we do a video every week, and I want to thank you very much for watching. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to us on YouTube, please do. You'll get notified each time we add a new video to our list. And come to Bidamount.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. You'll probably find it useful and has good information in it every week. Have a good weekend, everybody, and see you all next time. Bye-bye.